Okay, here we go. Welcome back to a new episode of the Repaint Reality Manifestation Podcast. It feels like it has been a second because it has. I know last time I got to update you guys on things like this new shop location coming into existence and being pregnant, and those things very much so are still. The shop is now like fully open in this new spot. It's been really cool being here. It's beautiful. I love being in the thick of downtown. And then, as well as that, it is the final month of pregnancy. So we are like in that countdown of finally making it. It has felt like a long time. I think anyone that has been through this process, from what I hear, has definitely related with that feeling. But it's led me to be inspired for what the topic of today's episode is. And it's the magic of embracing help, which I didn't even realize how much I still had a gap in learning that lesson. And I've got this really cool new microphone. I was very excited about it. It's a rainbow, which I love. And then it's crazy, if I were to be honest with you, about how long it took me to figure out how to turn the volume up so that I could record where you could hear it. I just kept testing and testing and testing, and I was like, why can't this be heard? And then I realized on the bottom of this, you just twist it. And I literally got this microphone probably a month ago to do this podcast, maybe 2 months ago. And I have yet to record a new one, but I feel like I'm getting back into the season, back into the flow. I've just been really focused on getting downtown location set up and ready. Been focused on like making a human with my body or something like that. But when it comes to today's topic, something that I've experienced through this pregnancy and probably throughout life at different times, but definitely it's come to my awareness fully during pregnancy, is that I physically cannot do the things I used to be able to do. And this is temporary, this is a season, but I have had more hip complications than I would have anticipated. I really believed that I was going to be a pregnant gal that could just do everything. Like you see these girls up in the gym up until like their baby's born, or just doing the most, doing all of these things. I was like, yeah, I want to be one of those pregnant girls because I'm me and I will do all of the everything that I want to do at all times. And my body instead has been teaching me a season of slowing down and asking for help, which is wild to me. I was never a asking for help kind of person. I was like, I'll do it all myself. But I've come to realize, and I've said this before in readings with people, where it's come out this statement of we're not born into this world alone. Like, we're not in a planet and an earth where we are the only living creature. We're not the only human. Instead, we are one of many, many people, many different varieties of skills, many styles of approaching problem solving and conflict and creativity and creation in general. Like, we all come here with unique abilities, unique limitations, which I also believe that limitations, they're just opportunities to leverage, find out because what we lack in ability, we can make up for in leverage. I've always loved that statement. And I've had to now come to embrace this. The fact that right now my body is making a human. And so everyone's body that has ever done that responds differently. Every pregnancy is different. I've heard that statement a lot as well. And I've had to really realize, okay, how can I embrace this? How can I see where I lack an ability to make up for that and leverage? And sometimes it's like, ways of with the business, being able to say, okay, let me accept the help that's come in here. The people that have expressed wanting to help out physically with being in this location. So my mom has been able to keep it open when I cannot at times, when I have to keep my feet up because of swelling. And it's really easy in the beginning to be like, well, I have to do it all. I have to be there. If it's going to be open, I have to be there. And I've come to realize like we can still stay open. She can call me. If someone wants to come in for a service, I can drive down. I live 2 minutes from this shop. And so to just realize how to accept that help and to say, you know, we could both be here, yes, but also I can allow her to be here and for me to stay home and for me to be on call. And the biggest block sometimes is accepting that help physically. When I do have my feet up and I'm at home, I think that I should be able to fill my own glass of water because it's just getting up to get water, right? And I've had to really embrace and accept when my husband will be like, hey, just tell me what it is that you need. Even if you're, getting food from the kitchen, just tell me what you need. And in my brain for the longest time, I'm like, if it's in my house, I'm already home. I should be able to just go do this. And isn't that where you kind of catch it? And you say, I should be able, and I have to break that. That is a place for me to be able to learn and grow. I don't know how many of you guys have ever experienced that where you say, well, I should be able to, well, I should do this. But do you actually have to is like the place where we start to poke holes in that question. Should you be able to, or is it just a place that you don't need to right now? Is it a place that people have offered to step in and where you might lack an ability you can make up for in leverage? Is it a place where someone's offered and you just are the one piece in between needing to accept that help? Because why not? Because someone offered. They wouldn't have offered if they didn't mean it. And maybe you can make life easier on yourself by accepting that help. Maybe you're making life easier on them by accepting that help. Because, for my husband's example, he doesn't have to watch me struggle to get up and go ahead and, fill up that glass of water. He has let me know, he has verbalized that it's not comfortable for him to watch me struggle. And I understand that because if the tables are turned, I don't like watching him struggle either. And whenever he is having a hard day, I really enjoy being able to step up, step in, and help him out in the ways that I can. And that's where we are unique beings with unique abilities in different moments, in different seasons that can give and take depending on what our abilities are on different days. And there is something so magical about embracing ourselves, accepting ourselves where we are in a moment with what we're working on. Sometimes we're building big, beautiful things. And I'm lucky that we got to be able to move shops during second trimester. This is a big, beautiful thing. I'm in a location filled with beautiful things that I've created over the years. And that is lucky. And right now I'm building a human with my body. I'm literally using my body to make a human. And it's okay if I need help filling my glass of water or grabbing food or letting someone else be inside the shop. This is a season of when people offer, hey, let me know if you need help doing something, of really accepting that, listening to that, learning how to ask and see where the gaps are. My skill and my strength right now can be observing those gaps and verbalizing that to the people that have extended that hand. And that is its own lesson, it's its own strength. It's not a weakness, it's something that I used to be so hyper independent. And I still my brain still wants to try. But it's not actually a strength to be so hyper independent that we break ourselves down more just to prove that we could. And what if we can't? What if we injure ourselves? I was talking with my friend this morning upstairs and I was like, there is something to accepting help. While we can still accept the help before we overdo ourselves and get to that point that we then need to be dependent. Like, there's something about when you can accept it in small ways before you overdo it and then suddenly have to be in that position where you can't do anything yourself at all. And so I've really had to learn this season how to embrace How do I accept this? How do I verbalize what I need? How do I pay attention to what I need that I don't need to do for myself? And I can accept help from those that are in my circle. And I don't think I'm the only one that has had this before. And right now for me, it's very much so physical, but we may have had it in, spiritual, mental health, financial, physical, so many ways where we sometimes lack ability in a moment, and someone that loves us or sees us or cares for us has said, hey, let me help. Let me do this. Let me, offer myself in a way. And I think there's a lot of honor. There's so much magic in accepting that whenever it's extended. And there is a strength in being able to say thank you. This is what I need right now. This is my gap. This is the thing that's going to bridge me over to the next moment, to the other side. And giving that gratitude. I used to feel guilty if I needed help. I still am working through this. I didn't even realize how much of a lesson this was until I was in this pregnancy. But where you just say thank you. Like, thank you so much for being in my circle. Thank you for reminding me that I'm not alone. Thank you for, embracing me as I embrace myself with where I am, and for being part of my community. And this is a way that, we can show appreciation in the future. Maybe we can show appreciation right now, but we can also offer that help back in different unique ways, because we are all unique. We all have different pieces of the puzzle. We contribute different pieces of the puzzle. And I think when we embrace that, we get to really experience the beauty of community, the beauty of being a part of each other's worlds, the beauty of being able to build each other up. And there's going to be times that you look at the person you love, so many people you love, and you'll see where they have a gap, that you get to fill in that piece of the puzzle. And it's going to be in a way that you uniquely can, that they may be lacking in that ability in that exact moment. And sometimes we get that ability back, and sometimes it's an ability that, we're just not here being a piece of the puzzle of at a time. But I truly believe what we lack in ability, we can make up for in leverage. And sometimes that is with each other. And I think that's part of the manifestation process, is not feeling that we have to be able to do it all, but being aware of what it is that we desire, what we want, what we really want, that deep heart desire want. Like right now, I want a healthy child to come into this world. So I have to take care of myself. I want this, business to stay open. So I have to allow for other people to keep it open whenever I'm not able to physically show up. And it's amazing. It's amazing when we accept it instead of putting that pressure on ourselves to do it all ourselves. And that's a gift. It's a gift that we have to be able to accept, to be able to offer. So I encourage you, if there was like a homework assignment that came from this episode, to see, where is it that you lack an ability right now that you can make up for in leverage? And what form of help could you accept or receive or be nourished by right now? By being aware of it and articulating it and allowing yourself to thrive that much more because of the community that has offered that, because of the people that have said, hey, I'm here. If you have not been offered that by your community, where are places that you can verbalize or say, hey, I could use help in this way? And not where it's an expectation, but where it's an invitation, where you're noticing that gap, that space, and you're just inviting and being open to where it could come through. Because once you're aware of it, once you can articulate it, and once you're willing to accept it, it's amazing how much can change, how many doors can open, how much more you can embrace your capacity and what you are able to do, what your abilities are in this moment. That way you can continue to blossom your life, the world around you, nourish others back, contribute back and help in the ways that you uniquely can. But I want to say thank you guys for another episode, another hangout. If you're ever in Hot Springs, please do come down to the shop. We're at 801 Central Avenue, Suite 11 in Spencer's Corner. It's such a cool space. It's amazing over here. Our community over here is stellar. The lounge next door actually just opened today, and so that's amazing. And even in the community around here, I've been really grateful for how everyone helps in different ways. Even next door, the way he'll be like, if you need help getting your sign upstairs and you can't take the stairs, just let me take it upstairs for you. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. I should be able to do that myself. And after a while, I was like, this is silly. No one wants to watch me struggle. If all I need to do is say, hey, it's time for my sign to go upstairs. If you're free, can you bring it upstairs real quick? To get the A-frame out on the sidewalk. But this community has been beautiful. And if you want to support the business, something that is a direction that would really help right now is to shop online even. If you can't get into the store physically, go to catchmyimagic.com. There's so many things I've created, and I have been very vigilant about making sure that website stays updated, because any day now I could be out of the shop for probably like 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I think my husband asked me to stay home for 3 weeks once labor happens, to recover, which is so fair. And so I've been trying to really make sure that shop stays on par, on top of things that way. If you want to still keep this business alive and thriving and all of these creations, because I love creating beautiful things for the world, just going out into the world, it's a place that you can find so many things. I feel like people nest and they like get their home ready, and we've done that, but I feel like my nesting has been getting a whole bunch of inventory ready so that way people can still shop online even when I'm at home with the baby. And once again, I have a community team, my family, my mom that's been helping to make sure that those shipments go out whenever I won't be able to be here, because I'll be, helping a newborn experience this world and feel seen and loved and cared for. And so thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Manifest amazing things and just embrace yourself. Embrace where you're at. Embrace what you can do and where you're realizing you could use some love, where you could fill some gaps, where you could be aware of how to articulate. Where do you need help? Because there is a magic in embracing help. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much, and bye.